Yes. Okay. So I think I'm recording. How do I know I'm recording? Let's see. Stop share for a second. Yeah, recording. Okay. Good evening, lady. Oh, hi, Lisa. Yay! Okay. We just hit record. So
Raise the roof.
Elisa looks confused. She's like, what is happening?
Can
you hear us?
Give her a minute. She's got to do the unmute. She's got to do all the things. What up, girlfriend?
We can't hear you. We can see you, but we can't hear you. We'll just dance. Shimmy, 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 shimmy.
There it is.
There you go. All right, here we are. Okay.
Do I mute myself though?
Well, I can hear myself echoing, so maybe yes.
Well,
And then if you want to say something, just unmute yourself. Okay. You can hear me though, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So good evening. It is, what is it, January 15th, 2019. And like I said last week, this is going to become a weekly thing that we are going to do, whether it's just me, whether it's all of our team. Every week I'm going to be getting on here or another one of my coaches, and we're going to be sharing some knowledge, some training, and just getting together to be together, because in this business we do so much on our own and alone that we want to be together and feel like a team. And I shared in my last week's video that one of my big, huge goals this year is communication and making sure that my team, I can't be the giver of all information, which is why so many people will share things with our team and with me. But I want a place to go where we can all communicate together. So, this week, because if you were at Super Saturday this last weekend or Super Weekend, they talked about Team Cup, they talked about the Success Club trip, and they talked about like the road to elite and all of those things. And so right now, what I really want to focus on tonight is the Team Cup, because that's the thing that's coming up. We have to register by January 31st. And what's really awesome about the Team Cup and being at the beginning of the year is that it's gonna push you to do those business building behaviors that are gonna push you towards Success Club, which helps you get points and money towards the Success Club trip and qualifying for that. And it also helps push you on that road to elite, pushing you down that road. So I think it's a great place to start. It kind of gets you out of the gate, out of your comfort zone, and really doing those vital behaviors. If you didn't catch Ashley Molstad's wake-up call yesterday, she's the top coach. She really brought it home that when we were talking about what do you need to do to be successful, and she just highlighted those vital behaviors. And so the first thing that I wanted to talk about before we talk about Team Cup, and what that is and how it works. And oh my gosh, look at your little doggy nose on the video. He's totally listening. Before we get into that and all that, because it's great, but we really want to talk about, and I talked about this last week, is finding a tracking system that works for you. And it's funny, the Success Club system, this new business activity tracker came out, I think in the beginning of the year. And I kept putting off printing it, and I finally printed it yesterday. And if you know that our work week is from Thursday to Wednesday, so like everything in Beachbody starts on Thursday and it ends Wednesday instead of like Sunday to Saturday. And so when I started yesterday, I sat down. Mondays are my day to work Beachbody, not at the school, and I'm like, well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm just going to cross all that out. We're not even going to go back and try to pretend that I did all these behaviors on those days. I'm going to start from Monday, track Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and see where I'm at the end of this week, and then keep moving forward. I have to tell you that depending on the type of person you are, I am the type of person, you tell me what to do and I will do it. Some people, you can just say, the sky's the limit, write whatever you want, build this project, do whatever you want, go for it. And they will make the most beautiful, creative thing you've ever seen. That is not me. So I had to get back to the basics and go to the systems that I used to use and got away from, and just became really willy-nilly and wasn't using a specific system, just oh shoot, I forgot. I needed to message that person and follow up or whatnot. And then some days it was like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to bring in new people, to communicate with my coaches, to check in with my challengers? What do I actually need to do? And it can be really overwhelming, especially for brand new coaches. It's overwhelming for me, even as almost working for 5 years in the business, but especially for new coaches. And so I love this system. And at Super Weekend, they talked about, I forget how many coaches they used. Was it 1,500 or I don't know, newer coaches, maybe that wasn't that many coaches, but, and all the people that use this consistently, their Success Club points went up, their volume went up, their rank changed for some of them. And they had really good things to say about using this system because it's specifically geared toward, obviously, us as Beachbody coaches. All network marketing companies are different. They have different whys. They have a different business activity or business building activities. And this is so targeted for us and how to build your business, even from day one of starting as a new coach. So yesterday I sat down, I restated my purpose. I want to go through this quickly, not completely in detail, but it's so important. And try it. If it doesn't work for you, that's totally fine. Find something that does. But I just think this was huge in terms of all of the vital behaviors that we need to be doing consistently if we want to build a business, earn an income, pay for your products, whatever it is that you want to do. This is going to help you get there. So I restated my why. My why has changed so many times, and that's going to happen probably for every single person. And right now, my why, I think, was different than it even was a year ago. And so I restated that, which actually got me more focused because I looked at that and what is my why? What am I going for right now? And then my target market. Again, this could change over time. And so reevaluating who I'm looking for, who I'm going after. Before I was stay-at-home single moms or something like that. Well, I wasn't a stay-at-home single mom, so that doesn't work. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So that can change over time, your target market. And so I wrote that in there. Who am I looking for? Because in this business, we get to be picky. In the beginning, I thought I needed to take anybody and everybody that would give me the time of day for helping with a program or becoming a coach on my team. And I will tell you that you feel like that's the right thing, just let everybody in. But because this is a business, because we want to help people that truly want help, we get to be picky. This is our team. This is should be a family. Should be people that you end up truly caring about and wanting to see them succeed. And so we get to be picky. So who is that ideal person that you're looking for? Maybe it's the person you used to be and you want to help become who you are, or things that you struggled with. So really, really think about that when you go out to talk to the people that you're looking for. And so obviously, number one vital behavior, be proof the product works. So every day it asks, did you do your workout and did you drink your shake? Now, obviously, one of those days a week, probably not going to have a workout. It's our rest day. Totally fine. And drinking your Shakeology. I've been really bad about this over break and even in the beginning of the year. And I'm really focusing through this first program of the year and through the remainder of the year on getting my shake in. And because I have that little dang checkbox, I don't know why it makes such a difference for me. But not being able to check that box off really ticks me off. So I want to make sure that I get that every day of the week. And I will tell you, this is a side note, but because I was off, I was not drinking Shakeology consistently daily. When I started drinking it again, it actually kind of made my tummy hurt because my stomach, is that true, Laura? Right? And I was like, is this making me sick now? I was like, oh my gosh, Shakeology is making me, no, it's because it has so many nutrients that I wasn't providing my body with before, and now it has to get reacclimated in my system. And so I just thought that was really interesting. It was a really interesting, not intentional study that I did on myself. So second box of work. So be proof the product works. That's simple. That's something we should be doing already. And then sharing that, obviously. But I love this part because it has time. So this is kind of like your power hour. It could end up being longer than an hour, but at least set aside an hour to get these behaviors done. I set my alarm on my phone for 20 minutes, initiate connections, and add followers. So I went into Instagram, which is where I do most of my business now. And I went to my Insta stories, for instance, specifically. I have 100, and I don't have a ton, but I have 150 people that consistently, or, maybe consistently follow me or watch my stories a day. I am not connecting with those 150 people. Okay. A lot of those people are already people that are in my group. So yeah, I don't need to connect with them. They're following my journey. Great. Awesome. But there's a lot of people that are not. So I spent 20 minutes just going in, messaging people, talking to them, responding to their stories, going and looking at their profile and commenting on their posts. Do you know how many more messages I had yesterday just from that 20 minutes? I have conversations going, none whatsoever about fitness or health or my challenge groups yet. I'm connecting. I've added, I don't know why, and none of these people that I communicated with are the people that have started following me, but I think I've gotten 5 to 8 followers between yesterday and today, which I think is a lot when I'm not doing an ad or I'm not paying for them in a day's time. And so, again, those behaviors, whether it's putting myself out there, more people are seeing, I don't know if it's my hashtags, but whatever reason, I'm connecting with way more people. And all I did was 20 minutes. That alarm went off and I was like, okay, I have to move on. I only have so much time in my day. I have to move on. I'll come back to that tomorrow. So I got to check that box today. And that's not follow-ups. That's just connecting with, initiating connections, contacting people, maybe people you've never spoken to in your life. Don't even know, total cold market. I initiated connections with them. Obviously every day we want to be doing a social media post that showcases the benefits of your healthy lifestyle or has a call to action. This doesn't usually take me 10 minutes. Sometimes it can take me 10 minutes. But I do this once every single day, at least once. I used to try to post multiple times a day. Sometimes now, because I do my Insta stories, I'm only posting to my actual page once, maybe twice, but only once most of the time. But you want to show for the people that aren't necessarily watching your stories that you're still showing up, you're in their feed, you're using the appropriate hashtags that are connected to you, so that people can find you that way and see what you're all about. And you can have those deeper posts about what the healthy lifestyle is doing for you in all aspects, not just the fitness, not just the nutrition part. Update IG, Facebook story throughout the day. So this is something that you would be doing throughout the day. And I've done a bunch of different Instagram story trainings. And the best thing that I can tell you, if you're not somebody that's super into a lot of social media or being on it all day long, Brock Johnson's, Chalene Johnson's son, who's very successful and very knowledgeable about Instagram, said, and I always fail this one, but when you look at your Insta stories, you should have about 10 slash marks across. That means there's like 10 to 15 stories per day, but not all at once. So like all at the beginning of your day, you want to space them out over the course of the day. So maybe every couple hours you're getting on there and you're saying something or you're doing something on your Insta stories. That way, let's see if I can show you. When somebody comes into your, can you guys see not very well. When somebody comes into your stories, you're going to pop up. Obviously yours is always in the front, but you're going to pop up as close to you. That means that they most recently submitted something to their Insta stories, and you don't want to be all the way back here. I will tell you, I never get to these people back here. By that time, I'm done with my Insta stories. So you want to consistently, every couple hours or so, be posting something quick, something good that people want to see in your daily life. Not just workouts, not just your food. They want to see about your life, because yes, we are a health and fitness company, but we are so much more than that. People come to you for you. They don't come to you for the workout. They don't come to you for the nutrition plan. They can get that on Pinterest for free. They can get the workout program from teambeachbody.com and get assigned to a coach they never have to talk to. They come to you for you. So they want to see what your life is all about and how you fit in all of this stuff to make yourself feel better and look better and happier. How do you do that with all the other stuff you have going on in your life? Okay. Respond to all new likes, comments, or views. So yesterday, I didn't need the full 25 minutes. I didn't have a ton of comments based on the post that I had done recently, or likes. I don't comment on new likes. Like I don't respond to likes. And I think that might mean not just like likes on a post, but like if you have new followers or new likes to your page on like Facebook or followers on Instagram. Personally, I don't do that. It's probably something, maybe that's something that I'll add, is like going in, and I don't get a lot of new followers on Facebook. So on Instagram, if I'm getting new followers, go and comment and message them and say, hey, thanks so much for following me. What brought you to my page, or how did you find me? Just kind of starting a conversation that way. Actually, that is what I'm going to do. I kind of like that. And then this next box is invite blank people. They say they recommend at least 5 to join a challenge group or learn about coaching. So you can put 10, you can put 2, totally up to you and what your goals are. Obviously, the more people you invite, the more chances you have to get a response back, and a response that, hey, tell me more information, or I want to learn more.
Kelly,
Yeah.
I just wanted to jump in here because this is something like I toy with in my head sometimes. I'll just put it out there for other people, but like I find it easier to do invites sometimes like on one day heavy and then follow up for multiple days. It depends on what I'm inviting to.
Yeah.
Like, but sometimes like the 5 a day or the 3 a day or the whatever a day doesn't resonate with me as much as I'm going to do 20 invites or 25 this day, Monday, and then I'm going to follow up on Tuesday, because you're going to have the people who message you right away. And so those get on fast,
right.
But then you have the people that on Wednesday, you're going to want to message and say, hey, did you see my message? Like, to me, it's a more natural trickle in a ways to do it like that. So,
and I love that. And I think that's, again, you can go, if their recommendation is 5 a day, but let's say you choose 3 a day. Maybe you decide you're going to do 15 or 21. If you're going to do it every day of the week, or maybe you only do it 5 days a week, you're going to do 21 or 25 in one day. And then you can check all those boxes because you met the amount that you wanted to meet a day, but you did it in one day. I love that. You've got to make this work for you. This is a guide, and it gives you kind of a range of numbers so that you, like, how many should I be invited? Well, or be inviting. They're saying 5. Maybe you want to invite 10, maybe you want to invite 50. I love that. You've got to make it work for you. And I totally get that. When I go to invite, like if I have a challenge group or a sneak peek, I'm going to be most of the time inviting more than 5 people a day, because it's a week from now. So I don't want to wait and invite 5 today and then 5 Thursday for a thing that's happening on Monday. I'm just going to invite them all up front so they have more time to decide and commit to that. And I also feel like I don't personally have 5 new people I can invite every single day. And so that might be a lot for some people to come up with that, or without doing those super cold invites.
And the other thing I was going to say is that like the business trackers always get me a little overwhelmed with the Monday through Sunday. They don't get me overwhelmed when I see them and when I print, like I'm excited.
Yeah.
But then I end up feeling like a failure because it's like a 7-day-a-week thing. And that for me, it doesn't shake out to be that. So I would say, like, be realistic with yourself. Like Instagram stories, you probably are going to do 7 days a week. Yep. You know what I mean? But like inviting, maybe not, or what, like,
totally.
That's how I really think the idea of thinking about what you can commit to with this is amazing. And same thing with the time guidelines. Like if one is one you think you'll go longer on, then do that. And if one's one that you think you'll go shorter on, then do that.
Absolutely. I think for me, the time thing was good, because what would happen for me is I'm going to work on inviting or connecting with people. And then I'd get into Instagram, and then I'd get distracted and I'd start watching stories or like scrolling versus connecting. And so it was like, I'm on the clock. Like I have to, like, I want to do this for 20 minutes. And once that 20 minutes is up, then I can go back and check it out or scroll a little bit. But yeah, you're exactly right. You have to make it work for you. And do not work 7 days a week. I do a little bit each day just because we're always Insta-storying, we're working out, we're posting our, so we're always doing a little bit, but I'm not inviting 5 people every Saturday and every Sunday. Sometimes not even Friday, Friday nights or whatever. I'm not making connections on Saturdays and like I'm not going and doing that 20 minute of initiating connections every Saturday and Sunday. So if it overwhelms you or makes you uncomfortable that you have 7 days, you have to just go in and cross it off, put a line down. Those are your days off. We get to make those decisions because we are our own bosses. I remember when I first started, and I remember Monica posting in her personally sponsored coaches page, my office hours are from 7 to 3:30. After that, it's time for my kids. I will not answer calls. I will not answer emails. I will not do blah, blah, blah. And I remember I was like, whoa, wow, okay, and because I didn't understand. I didn't understand that if you allow the job to take over, you could literally work it all the time if you allowed yourself to, and if you let other people drive your time. And I feel like we always we're like, we got to get to them right away. We don't want them to go to somebody else. And it's like, it's not going to, if they really want to work with you, they're going to wait the 10 hours until the next morning. Did you have something to say, Lisa?
I did. I was just going to jump on and just kind of piggyback onto what you guys were already saying. I printed them off as well. I've got one for every week. It's in my binder, but it's a tool like everything else. And so you use what works for you and you check off what works for you that day. Yep. There's some of the stuff that doesn't apply to me yet, and I just write a line through it. Yep. And I just use the other things knowing that eventually it will build to that. But as far as I agree, the time stuff just keeps you kind of focused. Like, okay, and it also makes it seem a little less daunting, instead of going, I don't know how much time I'm going to have to spend on this, or I don't know how long, I can go, okay, I can do this for 20 minutes, for 20 minutes, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go do something else. Hi, Kinley.
Hi, Lisa. Lost
I
Laura.
got a cold, so I sound awful. But anyway, so I was just going to say, it's a tool. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not something that, I don't think the goal is to check every single box every
exactly.
single day.
It doesn't have to be
a guideline and a tool and a resource to use. But I've been very happy with it, and I've already seen some positive things from it as well.
Yeah, and it's like, it's kind of like when you set a goal of you set a goal of going, getting 80% of your nutrition correct, as if you didn't set a goal at all. You might not get 80% or 100%, you might get 80%, but it's definitely going to be better than if you didn't set a goal at all. You're going to get further down the road. Does that make sense? So this, just like we never ask for perfection in your workout plan or your nutrition plan. This does not have to be 100% filled out ever. But I guarantee when you're using this as a guide and a tool and you're checking off boxes, you complete them, you're going to complete more than if you didn't have that tool. And I'm only speaking from personal experience because it's exactly what happens when I know we lost you, Laura, when, and Keith is here, when you just kind of go, well, what should I do today? I feel like you forget about those things, or you might not think of all these areas that you could do work. You might not do the work in all these areas every single day. Where did my kid go? Oh, you're right there. Oh, you're on the ground. Okay. Great input. Yeah. Awesome. From both of you. That's such a good, again, this is not, I'm only speaking from my experience. So it's so good to get somebody else's input, and how it works for them, because everybody's so different. What? That's the clean off the board. Okay. Get people results. So this is huge. And I struggled with this for the first several years of my business. I wasn't helping getting people results, and it was because I wasn't really getting results myself. I wasn't going all in. I wasn't taking it seriously. I wasn't following the plans. And I also didn't believe in myself so that I could get those results. And so that I wasn't allowing other people, it wasn't my fault that they didn't, I'm not going to take the blame, but I wasn't giving, I don't think I was giving them what they needed, because I wasn't giving myself what I needed. And so always contributing to your challenge group. You want to show up every day. And if you're not going to be there every day, love that we can now schedule posts. We can always show up, whether we're there specifically in, not in person, but like I'm going to be in Belize next week. I'm going to be doing my workouts. I'm going to be posting, but I'm not going to be as plugged in as I would be. And that's where you can rely on other people and coaches. And even if you don't have other coaches in your challenge groups, you can rely on really active customers, because guess what? If they try to start helping you and you say, hey, could you help me post something, or could you come up with something, that's helping them see how they could be a coach down the road. Also in your, and this is in your business and in your challenge groups, is recognizing achievement. And that's not just weight loss. That's not just money earned. That's all these things that people overcome, whatever their struggles are, whatever their insecurities are, helping them overcome them, and then recognizing when they do it is just like, I love to be recognized. And again, that was something that I didn't feel was as vital from my uplines. And so it was really hard to have to find that inner recognition, like where I could be proud of myself, even if nobody else told me they were proud of me, type thing. And that was huge to learn. I didn't need that. I could get it from people being successful or just telling myself that you did a good job, and not needing to hear that from somebody else. But it's really nice. So
Really, can I chime in one more time?
Absolutely.
So my my group right now is like really rocking, but they were not really rocking. I know Kelly sees my group, so they were not really rocking pre-week, whatever, prep week. And so I wasn't expecting, like, I just was like, geez, I did all this work trying to get my dream team together. If any of you saw that, I was all about my dream team, and I was my messaging in December was all like, look, I'm working on this dream team. I want you to be a member. Like, that was a lot of my messaging. So what's interesting though, is I sent them a message as a group last week, and I'm like, look, I want you guys posting in there twice a day. Like, I want you stepping up, blah, 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 blah. So I kind of like spoke it into existence. And then prep week, they sucked at it, which was fine or whatever. But then day one came, and they were like, they're the dream team.
Yeah.
Like, they are all showing up. And I know, Kelly, you've said yours is rocking, and I'm guessing that there's rocking things going on in other groups. But I just really think that you're talking about getting people results. And I think getting people results has a lot to do with the foundation you lay prior to not just helping them with like meal plans and stuff, but helping them with actual like belief, but also expectations.
Yeah.
And I have failed so many times at expectations with my challengers. And I think the fact that I was like, I want you to post, and then I shared something with Kelly. I don't know if I guess I didn't share it in your group, but like, I have this weekly check-in, and I used to do a nightly check-in. I'm trying a weekly one because I figure I'm more likely to be able to follow up with my people and see who's not on it if it's once a week. Yeah. Like, so I feel like so much of this is like constantly figuring out what's going to work for you. And it's constantly a moving target too, right? Like,
yeah,
where's the energy?
Well, and again, I'm going to give a quote from Ashley's call yesterday, is that when she and Emily decided to go for it, and she was stagnant in her business in terms of ranking up, and she was like, I'm not going to another summit being the same rank. And she contacted like 5 different coaches that she believed in that could go diamond, and said, we're going to run. Do you want to run with me? And they all said yes. And she asked, and they all went diamond. Like, and it was like, and she asked them like, why, what made you say? Because you believed in me. And you had the belief in me before I had it myself, and then helped me get there and helped me believe it. And so I personally think that's why our group is going so well right now. I just think there's a different level of, again, we don't have to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. We're not asking you to be perfect. We're asking you to show up. We're asking you to commit to yourself. And we believe in them when they don't believe in themselves. And so they're like, well, crap. Somebody else believes in me. It's like almost scarier than believing in yourself, I think, when somebody else believes in you. So then you want to show up for them until you realize you're really showing up for yourself.
When I messaged people and said, I want you on my dream team, like some people who were a no change to a yes,
Mhm.
because they're like, you want me. And
Right.
it was cool. I haven't tried that approach before. So
Yeah, I know, and I know Suzanne's not on here right now, but she's doing that with her, and it was direct from a training she got with like messaging people about coaching, and you know, like I want you, like I'm thinking about you because of X, Y, and Z.
Can you use the Sharpies on here?
No, that's permanent.
Why are
Because it's just a nut bucket, but you can't use them. So yes, I love it. I love it, and I love that, and the challenge group is where it's at, because those are typically where you're going to get your coaches from, because they're going to see success. They're going to be like, I want to pay it forward. I'm already essentially doing what they're doing. I just am going to be the one that's maybe behind the scenes, like more in charge. And maybe they go, I want to do it differently. Like I have other ideas and I want to do it differently than you do it. So let me talk to my people and get them on board. And then obviously finally and I don't, I thought there was I forgot. I skipped something about follow-ups. So obviously you're always going to want to be following up with people that you've invited and that you've messaged, whether you're doing that in one specific day, nice foot, Laura, or you're doing it on, you know, multiple days, every day you're breaking it down and chunking off the people that you have invited. You just have to have a list of those people. And so if you scroll down, you can do it right on here. You don't need to have a fancy CRM. You can do it paper, pencil, as long as you have a list of people that you're contacting, and then you're following up, always following up. What is it that sometimes it takes 7 to 10 follow-ups before somebody says yes. And so many people will follow up once and they say, no, not right now, or they ghost them and then they never follow up again. And so was it 7 to 10? That 7 to 10 follow-ups could be over a year, could be over 6 months. It could be over 3 weeks. There's no timetable. You always want to keep following up. And then, personal development. I think this was my biggest transformation last year. And I've actually gotten away from it a little bit this year just because of the way my time, with my morning routine. I used to sit down and read personal development when I drank my pre-workout, and then I would go work out. And now I'm rushing more I don't take the time to drink my pre-workout. I chug it and I get out because I work out early in the morning. And it's showing. I need to get back to personal development. Let's just put it that way. But it's huge, and it's mindset and skill set, the two different kinds of personal development. So vital, because if your mind isn't right, it doesn't matter how many skills you have if you don't implement, or if you don't have the mindset to implement the skills. Okay. And that was my biggest thing. I could train all day long. And Ashley, I'm just going to speak up everything Ashley said, because I love her. And I love that call yesterday. I felt like she was speaking to me. But you can do all the trainings you want in the world, but if you don't implement and put them into action, you might as well just stop. I mean, stop training. You're spinning your wheels and wasting your time if you're watching all these trainings and taking all these notes and then not implementing. And that was me. So I'm listening to Ashley. But and then obviously weekly, and I struggled with this one yesterday when I was filling this out, and obviously it's not the end of the week, but I'm like, I don't know how many. I'm not really worried about followers at the moment. I just signed up a bunch of new challengers like a couple weeks ago. So this week I don't have a ton. And I don't have any new so it's like, again, don't let that, like if you have 0 or you have 5 or whatever, like you think it's a low number. This is a week. You guys, so much can happen in any given week or any given month of the year in our business, that don't let 1 week's numbers get you down. It's kind of like in Shanti's program right now, the Transformers. Don't let your numbers get you down, because you're always going to keep improving. Oh, I love you, Mommy.
I'm
That's
doing
just...
another one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can we talk about the Transformers though?
Absolutely. I knew you would have some. What was that?
I think I miscounted on the one this morning. I got like a 67 and everybody else has like 30. So I either misunderstood how he counted. Were you supposed to do 1-to-1? This has nothing to do with your training. Hopefully you can cut this out. Were you supposed to, was each side 1, or were you supposed to count each side?
No, each jack was 1.
How did people only get like 30?
I think I got like I don't remember. I think
I either miscount. I don't know. Maybe I miscounted. Maybe the
or maybe you just kicked butt.
No, because the other one's my number. No, I don't think so.
Because I think that was my high. Wait, because I'm trying to remember what the 3 were.
That was my high number, and then I went down. But like
So
I
did
started looking
I.
at everybody else's, I'm like, I must have counted or misunderstood how we were counting because my number seems outrageously high, and I don't think I did that many.
I don't know.
Elisa,
So we'll see how I did next week.
Right?
That will be the proof.
I can't remember my numbers, but I know they were way lower than yesterday for all 3 Transformers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Go, Kisa. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, I just think you were probably being a badass and you shouldn't misjudge your numbers.
I know. I don't think it's that crazy. I don't think it's that crazy because I think I thought I got 45 or 50. So I don't think it's that. I mean, I don't think it's like.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I did.
It's like when you thought you were only doing 15-second planks and you were doing 30.
maybe. But I'm like, look at, and I mean, like Danielle Notonis and like other people's numbers. I'm like going, I don't know how I got more number like than them, and I'm like, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. Like I miscounted, obviously, but okay, maybe I didn't. We'll see next week how I did.
Exactly.
That will be the proof. That will be the proof. Anyways, sorry, totally side.
Oh, you're fine.
Don't look at the board. Don't look at the board.
Oh, don't look at the board. Okay, don't look at the board. Okay, so now that we went over the business activity tracker, and again, it's just a tool, like Elisa said. It's not meant to be 100% filled out or perfect or whatnot. It is just a tool for those days when you're like, what could I be doing? What should I be spending my time on? Those are the vital behaviors that are going to be business building activities. So you can always go back to that. I love this company for how much training, how much research they put into helping us be successful. And so we need to utilize their hard work and efforts. Okay. So Ariel, we're just live now and Fit for Life Tribe. What's she doing? It came on my watch. So Team Cup. And I've talked about the business activity tracker before we moved into the Team Cup qualifications and requirements and stuff, because I don't care if it's day 1 for you as a coach, day 20, day 3 years, that's not a day, but you know what I mean. Anybody can be on a team or a cup team. Okay. When you're following those business activity tracker, you're doing the vital behaviors, you can earn Success Club points and be successful. Okay. And so when I talk about a Team Cup, I want everybody to be a part of it because it is going to push you outside of your comfort zone. You are going to get down and dirty. I don't care if you earn 0 points or 100 points. If you are talking to more people, if you are sharing your journey more, if you are getting more vulnerable, if you are following up more, you are building your business and you are growing. So my goal from Team Cup, once we develop a team and we get on there and we learn the requirements for what you can win by a certain amount of points, that's all fine and dandy. All I care about is you committing to be a part of a team and work towards a goal. If your goal is Success Club 5, Success Club 10, and you work towards growing your business from wherever it was before you started. That's whether it's more followers, whether it's more people in your challenge group, whether it's more coaches on your team. I don't care what your goal is. I want your goal to meet your needs right now. And I want it to push you. That's all I want. That's all I ask for. And so that being said, we have to register for Team Cup by January 31st. Looking at these requirements right here, you need 5 team members. You can have 2 lifetime diamonds. And I don't think we don't have anybody on our team that's like a star diamond or higher. And so I would love it if we had more than 1 team. It doesn't have to all be Team Fit to Love people. Laura, is from a different team. She has reached out to Megan, who's also on a different team. We're all part of Fit Club Network. Sometimes when we need a 5th or a 4th or a 3rd, we go into Fit Club Network and we, don't mark my sweater. We go into Fit Club Network, say, hey, we're looking for another person on our team, our cup team. We need an extra one. It's just a place to work together and push ourselves to be better than we were yesterday. And see what could happen in your business if you really commit daily, weekly, whatever it looks like for you. So please ensure that you provide the correct, so this is just registration. So after tomorrow, I mean, that's literally it, you guys. We just need 5 teammates from our team or combined teams. We need 5 teammates. So like we have 2 teams, 3 teams, whatever, I don't care. The more the merrier. It's just to push you outside your comfort zone. Using that business activity tracker, using the trainings that you've done, using the Beachbody Champions page for how to talk to people on Instagram, how to find people. All those different things can come together to help push you for this month of February, okay? The rush of January has worn off, the New Year's resolutions. People are quit their gym memberships and they're ready to come back to figure something else out. And we're going to show up to show them that we have another opportunity for them to be successful in their health and fitness journey. Okay. It's 1 month of pushing. And so I will put either tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to put a poll because I want to get registered before I leave for Belize if I can. So I'm going to put, whoever wants to join a team, we'll see how many teams we can create with how many people want to participate. Actually, you know what? I might wait a couple days because I want people to watch this playback so they can see what the team cup is about. I'll probably have to wait a couple days.
Can you read it from on there?
No.
Don't read it.
No. So I'll wait a couple days so we can watch the playback. I'll post the question in the group for who wants to be a part of a team. And then once we get all that coordinated, I will probably create a messenger group for each team. I'm not going to create like a Facebook group. There's just too many Facebook groups, but I'll create a messenger group so we can start communicating and talking to each other and come up with team goals and individual goals and just work together, because we always work so individually. I really want to work together here. And I think I wanted to talk about the Team Cup. I wanted to talk about the business activity tracker. Oh, and the Success Club trip. So, again, hitting Success Club and pushing for Team Cup is going to help you get higher on the list to qualify for the Success Club trip. If you weren't at Super Weekend, next year, 2020, the trip is in Punta Cana at the Hard Rock Cafe. Hard Rock? Yeah. No, not the Hard Rock. Anyway, hotel and casino, whatever. And we went there a couple of years ago. It was 2 years ago. 2 years ago we went there.
Is it the only one you have now?
It's probably the biggest resort I've ever been to in my life. It was pretty phenomenal. It was pretty amazing. Even though I was kind of sick the whole time. I had a really bad headache the whole time, but I still enjoyed it. So for those who didn't earn a lot of Success Club points last year because they just joined or weren't actually working the business, or brand new coaches that are coming in this year, you can still qualify. You've got to go and get on the opt-in list. And I think everybody here on the call right now live has already opted in, which is awesome, because you're going to get on a wait list. And if you don't get on the wait list, you don't have a chance of even qualifying with your Success Club points this year and getting asked to join. And every Success Club point you earn in 2019 goes towards trip dollars. Trip dollars, money to pay for your trip. So you can earn this trip free. You could earn it for really inexpensively. It's just every Success Club point is money towards this trip. What was I going to say? I want as many Fit to Love team members on this that qualify. Like this year, Kisa and I get to go because I qualified and she earned it. Next year, I want all of us to qualify so we can bring.
Where did Lisa go?
I don't know. Her picture's not showing, but her name is there. I want all of us to qualify, or not all of it. I want as many people to qualify. You can bring your spouses, your significant other. We can bring other team members, whatever. I like to go on these trips with other Beachbody people. Love my husband, but he's not a Beachbody. Like
Mom,
he
look
doesn't drink the Kool-Aid on these trips. So I need people that drink the Kool-Aid. It's purple.
No,
So
look at the tip.
all I want you to do right now is go to the link that I posted in our team page and opt in to be on the list. After that, you want to start working towards hitting Success Club, earning Success Club points, so you can get off that opt-in list and actually be invited on the trip. Your whole year, all the things that you do is working towards that trip, is getting you closer to being able to qualify for that trip. Any questions before I sign off and go eat dinner with the fam? Kisa, you have something to say? Or you're just staring at me.
Oh, you can see me?
What do you mean? Can I?
I'm cooking dinner in my sports bra.
I love it. I was like, hey, she's just giving us a little show. It's cool. We lost Laura, but that's okay. Wait, I got to take a picture really fast. I got to take a picture for the gram, you know.
Well, how do I take a picture? I don't know how to do this.
What do you mean you don't know how to do it?
I don't know how to get everybody on there.
What?
Who's in this?
What do you mean who's in the, oh, so go up here. I'm going to stop recording. Oh, wait. So I'm going to say goodbye, ladies. If you have any questions after watching this recording, please do not hesitate to reach out to me or your coach. And I will reach out to you about Team Cup. And I'm going to stop recording.